My biggest videos on the channel are of my old 1993 Chevy K1500. I miss this truck every single day. I loved it. The truck that replaced this one was this LT Chevy Silverado 1500. It's a 2014. She came with a 7-inch rough country lift. The Carfax said the lift was installed at 30,000 miles. When I found her, she was at 188,000.
He's a 20 years straight, get to work on time. He's loved one woman for all his life. Everybody knows he ain't just tough, he's strong. Strong. He'll pick you up and won't let you down. Rock solid inside out. Somebody you can trust. Steady as the sun. Ain't nothing gonna knock him off the road he's rolling on.
The all-new 2014 Chevy Silverado. Strong for all the roads ahead.
He's strong.
Listed for $17,500. After talking to the dealer and talking him out of all the fees and bullcrap they try to charge you for, I walked away with her for only $18,000 in November of 2020. The truck was not perfect by zero stretch of the imagination. I had to talk to the dealership into fixing the broken air conditioner, and it had quite a few paint issues, as you can see here. But in 2026, $18,000 seems like way too much for this truck. But in 2020, it was a really good deal in my area. After fighting with the dealership, I got the truck back. I drove it for like 5 or 6 days and started to notice a vibration at certain speeds. The infamous torque converter of this generation Silverado was starting to fail. I have to be honest with y'all, this is during a time in my life where I wasn't taking YouTube very seriously, so I don't have hardly any images or videos of us fixing this. But I have these. You see the torque converter here, you can see where we pulled the exhaust out to get, out of the way of the transmission. So after dropping the trans and getting the new bulletproof torque converter in and filling up with fluid, it was time to road test it. So we drove down to the beach. It was about a 7-hour round trip. Then it was my first Christmas. In 2020, got to have some fun using the tallness of it to hang some lights. I hauled this car for a buddy, and then going into spring of 21, I got some high school photos. I know, I look like a baby right here. Then I got some more photos for July 4th of 2021. And then my brother got a camper. This thing was way too big for my 1500. But I wanted to see if it would move it around anyway, Hauled some materials for my dad. And then I did my first few changes to the truck. I got tint and exhaust. I guess I got a little too excited about the new additions because a deer jumped out and wanted to play tag with me. Yeah, poor guy did not stand a chance. Luckily, I was able to fix it up at work. You can't tell it ever even happened. I realize that's blood and hair from that deer. Right there too, on the side. After that, it was Halloween 2021, and I strapped my lanky brother Bones to the front of the truck to celebrate. He did not seem to mind much. Hauled some wood for Thanksgiving and got a picture of my cousin in his Ford. Then we got our first good snow. At least the first good snow we had while I was owning the truck. This was January 2022. I saw an old Shell station on the road. And then I hauled some toolboxes, quite a few during my time moving around as a mechanic. My sister wanted some pictures for her birthday, so we used my truck as a background object. Ain't she purty? Remember the materials I got earlier? Well, that was for a carport my dad was building. Here we used the truck's height again for that. This was my last day as a mechanic full-time. I gave the old girl a good alignment. This was October 2022. I wanted to give it a little bit of a facelift going into my new job. So here's LED lights and a new grill. I started my new job as a ground hand working on a bucket truck. And the Chevy got to see a couple of work days there. I hauled this beater Mustang. I got it for cheap. And then, not too long after that, I hauled some pallets. I took her to Daytona, Florida. Also, check out the gas mileage this thing was getting on the way down there. This puts us at August 2023. Also, if you missed it, back in 2021, my dad got him a 2015 High Country. I'll take credit for giving him the inspiration a little. I started a new job working in a warehouse and got some pictures of it in here. Also in these, you can see some aftermarket headlights I was trying out. I didn't like them, so I got rid of them. I also put some aftermarket taillights on it, and they're still on it to this day, but I don't really like them either, so they're coming off soon. So here we are, in spring 2024. She got a much needed bath and hauled some old toys I'm sure you all have seen before.
You're thinking about a truck. Please, a stronger truck. Nice. One with an Ecotec 3 V6 that delivers better standard towing and payload than Ram 1500. And the only one that's been named 2014 North American Truck of the Year, Chevy Silverado. Like you, it's strong for all the roads ahead.
Then I got this video. This is a camber adjustment bolt.
Yeah, I don't think
that
that's
a local shop
loose.
had left loose when they were doing alignment for me. So I fixed that right quick, and honestly, other than the torque converter and doing oil changes, I haven't had to do anything to this truck other than put miles on it. We took her down to Busco in August 2024, hauling a pretty decent load. And then I had some charging issues. Turned out to be a battery issue. Got that fixed. I took it to the beach a week later. This is still 2024. I drove through a crazy water puddle. And then when I got back, I installed a vinyl bed cover. Hauled a boat from my brother-in-law. And then in December, I purchased a friend for the old truck. I paid the truck off nearly 3 years early. So I got this 2016 Cadillac CTS, 3.6 luxury. This car's really nice. It's been a blast to drive too. It has allowed me to give my truck a much needed break from being my main daily for 4 years. Starting in 2025, I hauled this 36-foot camper for a family member. This thing was pushing it. It was pretty heavy. I'm guessing it was around 10 to 11,000 pounds. Quite the job for the 1500. Cool pictures going into spring, and then hauled this Durango for Zane. Going into summer, we took it to Busco again. But for the rest of 2025, I really didn't do much. I had the car, so the truck got driven on Fridays to work, and other than that, it mostly just sat until we got some good snow. Going into 2026, in January, I had ignition coil failure. It's from, we've been getting some winter weather. Right now, I'm not even actually starting on the cool stuff. I'm addressing an issue that it has. Happened a couple years ago. Had an ignition coil go out, and I kind of replaced it with the cheapest thing I could buy. Not gonna lie, your boy hasn't always had money. I don't really have money now. This is actually an extremely budget build. So you guys enjoy the process of that, in the next coming video or this video. I'm not exactly sure where this is gonna land, but I know that I'm making at least a video or 2 videos on this truck. So you guys just enjoy. All right, guys, we found the culprit. I believe that is cylinder 3, no 2. I think it's 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway. No spark. See? I then drove it up to the mountains in February 2026, and again in April for our last half of McCoy's trip. That leaves us here. Had some ideas for a couple of years on how I wanted to change this truck, and now I'm at a point in my life where I can. I'm not the same 18-year-old that bought this truck home, but I'm 24 now, and the high school teenager truck build style I've kind of matured past. This is the epilogue to the start of a multi-part build series that's on this channel. I'm going to completely rebuild this truck, starting with a good checkover and planning.
Got a fresh Milwaukee.
definitely more. Yeah. Man, those are the wrong wheels for that truck anyway.
Oh! I'm nervous, is all. I'm nervous I'm gonna do all this to it and I'm not gonna like it or something. But I can always go back to them other wheels.
Yeah, now's the time to decide. I mean, I like it.
I like it. No, I like it. I'm scared. I'm scared that it's not gonna be right.
The stance don't look as good because they're in further.
Yeah, but if we put spacers, I'll fix that. It probably needs at least a ½ inch, if not more. Well, with the 37s, it'll probably need an inch.
Yeah.
Man, if only trucks could talk. It has watched me grow from a high school teenager into a young man trying to find his place in all this. I don't really want to sound corny, but the fun thing to think about is all the memories we can make in one single vehicle when we own it long enough. This truck has watched me at my highest moments, heartbreak, and success. I am attached to it. The Bible tells us not to hold value in materialistic things of this world, and I try to do better to live by the good book every day. That being said, the memories the good Lord has allowed me to have in this truck has shaped me into the man I am today. I thank him for that. If you guys want to see a couple of rednecks give a good honest budget build and makeover to this truck, check out the playlist. It'll be a multi-part series of us building this truck from the ground up, starting with this video right here. Thanks for watching.